welcome back to the Rules of Engagement. We're about to start the Q&A, but before I get to that, let me remind you guys, that game was awesome. If you didn't catch it, or you don't want to see who won that game, if you missed it at Dallas, go to youtube.com/official MLGSC2. You can either search for Bomber, search for Goswser, look for the Dallas playlist. There's a lot of ways to find that game there, but it's amazing. A lot of more action happened in that game, but tactically it was roughly the same as what happened between the 30 and 40-minute mark. Kind of just continued from the 40-minute mark to the hour 20-minute mark. So on to the Q&A. The one thing I've got a lot of people asking me is I kind of brought up in the show, why didn't Bomber go for the battle cruisers that game? Why did he really go for the ghosts? And there's really two answers. One is he felt I think he felt afraid that Goswser would break him, right? And so he felt compelled to spend a lot of money on the Bioforce, and he's like, I'm spending all these minerals on Marines and Marauders. Battle cruisers cost a lot of minerals as well. Let's try to avoid those so I can get a larger Bioforce. And I think that's a valid point. Except I think he got stuck in that mindset too much, and then once he landed a couple good nukes and some Seeker missiles, he felt he could end Goswser with a good push. And then when that didn't happen, he kind of got stuck in that mindset, because what happens is once you kind of mine most of the map out, and you have a lot of bankroll, then you can say, okay, if he breaks a couple of my frontal planetaries, it's fine. I don't need those bases anyway. They're all mined out, or if it's almost mined out, I can later move an orbital there and get the last of the scraps. What I should do is just kind of suck in a bit and go for BCs. Because once you get those BCs up, there's really not that much Zerg can do. Viper Spore Crawlers sometimes can work, but if you have a lot of Ravens, when you yank a BC and you just throw down like 3 PDDs and you can rescue it. And meanwhile, every time they run into Vipers to yank, they'll get the yank-offs, but every single BC will at least emote 1 Viper, if not 2, because emote is only 75 energy. So they're going to lose a lot of Vipers every time. As long as you can use those PDDs to keep the BCs alive, you should be okay. So I think you probably should have as the game went on, but it's easy to get stuck in that mindset, and especially Bomber loves big explosions. I mean, everyone loves big explosions, but Bomber really loves big explosions. And BCs don't launch nukes, they don't launch Seeker missiles, so he kind of likes to play that way. And it ended up hurting him in that game. He lost a lot of units from there, and it went not his way, but BCs probably would have been a good idea. Another threat BCs have is sometimes you get overrun by Ultralists when you're trying to go BCs. But again, in that situation, it's okay to lose a couple bases as long as you're trading cost efficiently with the army, which of course you will, because BCs can't, or Ultralists can't attack up. Anyways, thank you guys for watching Rules of Engagement. Remember, you can tweet me questions anytime. Twitter's @axslav, and I'll answer them at the end of the next show or the one after that, etc. And also, don't forget, send me replays. majorleaguegaming.com/replays. Because coming up, it's going to be a community critique sometime in the near future where I analyze the replays you guys send me at home. Coming up tomorrow, though, on Rules of Engagement, right after the best of 5 between, I believe it's going to be Belai and Suppi. It's going to be best of 5 tomorrow at 5 Eastern. Right after that, Rules of Engagement will be analyzing the match we just saw on the Winter Exhibitions between Marine King and Seed. That was an amazing series. That'll be on tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. 5 p.m. Eastern is when the fun starts. See you guys tomorrow.